Damn. Okay. Hey everyone, I literally just got home, just started the stream, just in time for the reaction.
Hello, viewers.
So this is
Ivy, the android.
the PlayStation State of Play, which was just announced last minute. I think I'm gonna miss some stuff here. Like just sat down on my computer. Let's see what this is. So this is a 20-minute presentation on PlayStation games that are happening this year. So we couldn't do it's just so last minute. Like I think they literally announced it yesterday. It was so last minute that there was no way we could do it as a Spawn Trap group reaction. So I just made the decision. It was just like lucky for me. They announced it at a time where I'm like, I should just be able to get home by the time it starts. So I'm like, I should be able to do it as a solo stream. So I did ask around just in case. I'm like, hey, is anybody available where we can do a group stream? Nobody was available. Obviously, very last minute. It's the middle of the week. You know, everybody's in different time zones too. So it just happened. It just happened to look out for me. If it was any other day this week, there was no way. Exo Primal, PS5 and PS4. Okay, you know my thing. I'm gonna point out when games are on PS4. If there's no reason for me to get a PS5, then I'm not getting a PS5. I think this is coming to PC. Ghostwire Tokyo. There is a free prelude thing on the PlayStation Store for this. This game looks very interesting though. I haven't eaten anything either, so I was eating candy. This is 20 minutes. I'm gonna have my thoughts afterwards since I, started so late. But as soon as it's done, I'm not doing a stream afterwards. The stream is ending. I am live streaming this to Twitch. This is strictly being recorded for YouTube, though. Was that the plot of Shadow of the Colossus? Give me your body and I'll save your sister. Oh my god, that's so creepy. Visually, the game looks great. Oh, that looks sick. That's very soon. PlayStation did mention that there's not going to be any PSVR updates today. It's just strictly games. This is a Final Fantasy game, right? Yeah, Final Fantasy Origin. This game looks bad. I don't know why, it just looks bad. New demo available today. Okay, there you go.
Later today, visit PlayStation
Decide for yourself.
New demo.
Who's developing Forspoken again? That's just PS5. That's what it said.
Beautiful.
Some camera angles adjusted for trailer use. So it's gonna look different in the final game. Different angles. I missed the developer. Luminous Productions. Square Enix. Okay. Square Enix. For publisher, but...
Let's check out some 6v6 action in Gundam Evolution, a fast-paced multiplayer shooter coming to PS4 and PS5 later this year.
PS4. I just looked it up. Forspoken is coming to PC. So, there you go. You don't have the PS5. I wouldn't have expected this out of a Gundam trailer. Cool. I could tell why it's on PS4. Oh yeah. Oh. I'm not like huge into Ninja Turtles. I was just never hooked into that franchise, but not that I don't like Ninja Turtles, but so this isn't nostalgia for me. It looks cool though. But the problem is, okay, this is a fighting game. I thought this was, yeah. Oh yeah, this is the collection. I'm not huge in the beat 'em ups. That's the thing. I think most of the Ninja Turtles games are beat 'em ups. It looks like there's some fighting games. I need to try them out. I need to try out the fighting game ones. I'm not a big fighting game guy either, but PS5 and PS4. There you go. Actually, I think those games are coming to everything. Kaijus! Is it a 4-player game? Was it 3v1? Okay. Giga Bash. PS4. I want to know more about that game.
Comes to PS4 and PS5 later this year.
That's a new announcement?
Return.
I gotta look into that. If that's coming to like Switch or Xbox or PC, that'd be my preferred platform. But if it's just for PlayStation, I'll be hesitant just because I don't have an online subscription for PlayStation. And so PlayStation's not my multiplayer console. But the game looks interesting. But if it's coming to Xbox, my thing with the Xbox though, if it's not on Game Pass, I'm probably not gonna buy it. If it's on Switch, I'll probably buy it. If it's on PC, if it's a remote play, then I might buy it. There's too many fighting games. How do I decide? I'm just fine with Smash Bros. To be honest. I play as the guy with the guitar. Man, everybody sounds pissed off. Okay. I've never seen any of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so I have no context for any of this, but it looks hilarious. 50 playable characters! Oh my god! Sakurai, step your game up. PS4, PS5. That's right, I think they did mention that the games tonight are focused on Japan studios. Which makes sense. We've seen Square Enix and you know, like other Japanese publishers so far. Forspoken's not a Japan-made game though, right? I know it's Square Enix, but I thought it was a Western-made game. This trailer does nothing for me, by the way. Oh, Luminous Productions is in Japan. That's interesting. It looks like it's a Western-made game. It's a very bold. Oh, Devolver Digital. PS4. It's a very bold stylistic choice. It looks like it's pulled off well, but it didn't really do anything for me. Oh, I forgot what this game's called. Is this Returnal? I thought... Didn't that game already come out? This is DLC. PlayStation Plus membership required for online multiplayer. So this is multiplayer for the game. And it's cool because it's third person. I feel like there's a resurgence of third person shooting action games. Which, you know, I just don't feel like there's enough. Everybody tends to go with FPS. For obvious reasons, but I do like the third person view. For like action kind of games like this. More Square Enix games. It's been mostly Square Enix titles. I feel like this announcement, I don't know. Out of everybody in Spawn Trap, I think Court probably would have been more interested in everything here. But this looks kind of different to what I'm used to for Square Enix games. Valkyrie Elysium. Cool. What? Platforms PS4, PS5. Okay, cool. No, I think this is good in a way since PS5s are still hard to find. I think publishers, developers are realizing that, so
we'll see you soon with another.
They want to sell the games. Like, you can't sell the games if you don't have the console for it. Cool. So, I'll give my ending thoughts here. You know, I want to be consistent with the videos and bring this up. So this is my you know, people are gonna like be mad at me in the comments, whatever. These are my personal feelings, and I think since I've had comments like call me out on this, on like on the, you know, PS5 exclusives and stuff like that. This is the reason why I'll keep bringing it up. At the end of the day, what I will preface this by saying is I play on everything. I do have a PS4. I have multiple Xboxes. Let's not go there, okay? In front of me, I have a Series S. I just got a Halo Series X. There's a whole saga about that I posted on TikTok where I had one that broke down and I got a replacement. And it was hard to find that original one in the first place. But so that's pretty much my primary platform because most of my library is on that ecosystem, in the Xbox ecosystem, which I've been building since the Xbox 360. I do play a lot of games on PC. I would say actually my most preferred platform is the Switch. A lot of times if there's a game that I'm interested in, I will look if there's a Switch version and I'll be leaning towards purchasing that version depending on the game. But a lot of the times I want to be able to, I play my Switch mostly docked, but you know, if I could bring something with me, especially if it's a multiplayer game, I want to play with some friends if I'm taking it somewhere. But I also have I have games on Stadia. I play mobile games. I play games everywhere. So I'm not a console fanboy. I really don't care what you think is better or whatever, or the reason why you need to buy an exclusive console. At the end of the day, the bitching just tells me that you can't afford multiple platforms. You need to justify your purchase. That's all it is. I understand. Most people are in that situation. But doesn't mean like you need to say, oh, you're just a shitty Xbox person, blah, blah, blah. I play on everything. I love PlayStation. PlayStation's fantastic. I love my PS4. Spider-Man in particular, I beat that game twice to get all the trophies and everything. That's one of my favorite games, and that's a PlayStation game, right? Like I said, most of my library is on Xbox. I realize the exclusive situation and Xbox is not great. So on both sides, I think the exclusive argument, if you want to call it that, is irrelevant. I look at other things on why you would purchase one console over the other. If you are only on a console situation, you don't have a PC, those reasons change. For me, I do have a PC, and I do have all the other platforms, right? But how I play my library, if I want to boot up a game that I own, it's most likely on Xbox or PC. If I want to play, the best way to play those games that I already own, that's the reason why I got an Xbox Series X. And also my S is, I'm primarily playing at my computer, streaming purposes. So the S comes in more handy than the X. That's why I bought the S originally. But for PS5, I look at it, the games that I'm playing on PlayStation are just single player games that were either initially exclusive on PlayStation, they're not anymore, or they are exclusive on PlayStation, or I just prefer to play them on PlayStation rather than PC for whatever reason, or maybe they were on sale and I got them on sale on PlayStation. For me, when I was looking at it, why do I need to upgrade to a PS5? Like the few games that I play, is it really necessary for me to upgrade to a PS5 when most games I play multi-platform? I can get them on the Xbox or the PC if I wanted to. The PlayStation exclusive, like the platform exclusives, the PlayStation platform, are also available on PS4. There are few exceptions, those being pretty much the Insomniac games. People will argue about that Dark Souls remake and all that other stuff. I don't care. A lot of the stuff that was like PS5 exclusive, or people have mentioned in my comments, has retroactively been announced to be on PS4. So all the major games that I have interest in are on PS4. I'm still going to be able to play those games. Granted, they're not going to be the ideal way to play them. They're not going to be the best performance and all that stuff. I don't care. It's a one-time use. Those are just single player games for the story. I want to check them out and play them. It's a one-time use. Maybe if I get a PS5 down the road, I might look at an upgrade situation and replay those games if I wanted to. Or in most cases for the PlayStation, those games are also on PC, and that is the case for Forspoken, which is a PS5 exclusive. It looks like it's not coming to PS4. That's fine. I'll play it on PC if I'm really interested in it. I feel like I need to bring up that clarification because a lot of people mention, not a lot of people, I don't get a lot of comments on that. I do get, the comments I get are specifically in regards to that. So I feel like I need to clarify my position on it. I love PlayStation. There's not reason for me to upgrade to a PS5. Personally, I understand why you would want to. And if you're looking at it at a platform, like a console platform specific situation, yes, there are more console exclusives on the PlayStation side, just comparing the next generation consoles. But if you are like me, you have a previous generation console, you have other platforms, you have a PC, I think you need to look at it in a different light. That's how I play. That's my collection and history with the two platforms, and that's why I leaned towards Xbox. I do also prefer the Xbox ecosystem as a whole. My friends are on Xbox. It's just I find it's just more beneficial overall. And plus, I have Game Pass. Game Pass is not on PlayStation. I don't imagine that will be forever the case. There's been hints and everything around there, but at the time being, everything I have is pushed towards Xbox. But I will still buy those PlayStation exclusive games on my PS4, and when the time comes, I'll play it on my PS5. Those Insomniac games that are PlayStation 5 exclusive, I have a feeling there's like a push for PlayStation. And I get that this showcase was mostly Japanese focused studios that aren't PlayStation, that are, it was mostly Square Enix games. So I get that this argument is not the same, but I do find that there is a push towards PlayStation, like on PlayStation Studio side, to get games not only on PS4 for the reasons I mentioned before. A lot of people can get a PS5 and they want to make sure that more people can play their games. But similarly, to get more people to play their games, they have a push to put these games on the PC. You've seen that a lot lately. Now, Horizon Forbidden West is a game that, as far as I know, is just PlayStation exclusive. It is on PS4, PS5. And it's not on PC. Horizon Zero Dawn is on PC, but that didn't come until way later, and that is the similar case to God of War and a lot of other PlayStation exclusive games. They've come to PC. I imagine Forbidden West is going to be the same situation. The next God of War is going to be the same situation. You'll see them exclusive first on PlayStation, where PlayStation will not say that. They're not going to give a window or anything. They're just going to say you can only play this on PlayStation. If PlayStation 5 is readily available, they would say you can only buy it on PlayStation 5 because they want to push that hardware out. They have no problem pushing that hardware out. They're selling what they can make right now. So they are fine with that. So they just want people to get the games, but they want to sell the hardware. So that's why they're going to be PlayStation exclusive for now. And then, when that exclusive period ends, you start seeing that push towards PC. I have looked into it. I wanted to bring this up in the next Spawn Trap podcast, but I was curious. I have looked into it. It looks like Insomniac as a company has stated that they have no intention to bring games like Spider-Man to the PC. This was about 2 years ago, though, and I don't really take that statement for what it is. If you want to take it at face value, they're like, oh, they're never working on Spider-Man for PC. I don't think that is the case. And, I think the time has come. So I'm willing to bet, just based on the push for everything, Insomniac is a PlayStation Studios developer. I would imagine, higher up, they have a push to push sales for the next Spider-Man game to push the PlayStation sales. Hey, what's the reason to play the next Spider-Man game? You don't have a PlayStation, but you have a PC, and you never tried Spider-Man because it's only been on PlayStation. So here's the original game on PC before the new game comes out, to give you a reason to buy a PlayStation 5 or a PS4 if you wanted to, because that game's only going to be on those consoles. But you can play the first game to try it out. I would bet with anybody on the Spawn Trap podcast, I haven't brought it up yet, I did mention it on Twitter, just because we haven't had time to do another podcast, I'd be willing to make a bet that before the new Spider-Man game comes out for PlayStation, that we will see the original Spider-Man game come to PC. If somebody wants to bring that up to Insomniac online and see what they respond with now, I imagine they could say the same thing that they did 2 years ago. I'm not going to instigate. That's just my feelings. If I was taking everything for how we see it right now, I would not be surprised if we saw Spider-Man on PC before the new Spider-Man game comes out exclusively to PS4 and PS5. I'm pretty sure that game's coming out PS4, right? I hope so. Maybe not. Maybe just PS5 exclusive. But that's my feeling. In terms of what was showcased today, which I feel like I went off on a tangent, there's nothing really that stood out to me. that I'm excited for. I mean, it's not really a surprise. If you've seen my content, watched live streams, or, you know, listen to gaming discussions on our podcast and stuff like that, I'm not a huge Japanese gaming guy. There are some titles that like interest me. Forspoken looks interesting. The Valkyria game looks interesting. It looks very different to what I typically see from Square Enix. Like Ghostwire Tokyo looks interesting as well. Those are just my thoughts. These aren't games that scream to me like I need to buy and play these games. There's a lot of other stuff out there, and you know what? In particular, it's the Nintendo games I'm looking forward to this year. Most of the games that are coming out, they're going to be on Switch for me. Those are the games that I'm most looking forward to. Everything else that's not on Switch, I'm playing on Game Pass. I think that's going to be my gaming habit for the year. There's still a huge backlog of games that I need to get through on my PS4. So even like all these new PS or PlayStation games that are out, Horizon, I still haven't played Horizon. I played Horizon Zero Dawn. I haven't played Horizon Forbidden West. Those games, I'm going to be in the same habit that I am currently right now with my PlayStation. When I see those games going on sale and I know that I'm going to play them, I will buy them when they're on sale. But until then, I'm playing through my backlog, and if I get to the point where I completely play my backlog and there's a brand new game coming out, I'm probably buy that game right away if I have nothing else to play. But that doesn't ever seem to be the case for me. So I will slowly go through my backlog, and then I'll get the game on sale when I see it on sale. So eventually I will play these games. So there's nothing that stands out for me that's going to be like, I need to buy PlayStation games right now this year. I would have loved to see like what everybody else's Spawn Trap would have thought with this direct, but it was announced too last minute. But if you want to know about our opinions on things like the Activision Blizzard situation, which was before the acquisition announcement, which I'm sure we will talk about in the next podcast, I'm trying to see when we can schedule that. At the time of this recording, I had a very unfortunate situation in my personal life where we would have scheduled a podcast during that time, but something came up and I was basically offline for most of that week. I'm trying to get my bearings and see where everybody else is at, and we will get that figured out. I do have another reaction video that was uploaded to this channel recently. My reaction to the Pokemon Day announcements. If you want to check that out, that is actually a more edited video. I don't know if I'm actually going to be editing this live reaction. I might just upload it as it is because I don't think there's anything I really need to cut or, you know, chop down or anything. So if you want to see my edited reaction to the Pokemon announcements, that is up on my channel. See what I think of all the starters and all that stuff. So go check that out. If you want to follow me on Twitch, I'm twitch.tv/tillplays. Make sure that you're following me there. Make sure that you turn on notifications when you know when I go live. But my schedule is pretty much listed on my Twitch, Discord, and all that other stuff. Speaking of Discord, you can join that. Follow me on Twitter. All that fun stuff listed down below. But definitely go check out Spawn Trap, because we're going to have some more discussions in the future coming up. There'll be end cards for everything here. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next reaction, whenever that is. I have no idea. They announced these things very last minute. It is super frustrating. Bye.